And a fun fact
Testo Junkie with the tier 1. Thank you so much for the 13 months. I appreciate that, dude. Okay, Corrode, MIBR on defense, Crew on attack. And Crew had a very nice defense that they showed to us in the Sassy tournament against 2G, I think it was. We didn't really get to see much of their attack, so we haven't really seen this. Wall to create pressure over towards A.
In your face, gonna spell it all
Vice probably owns Crew here. No one facing, no one capitalizing off the wall. They just accept it.
So good though to
Weird.
slow the pace and wait for the teammates.
Trying to face this one all together now, adjusting and trying to be steady with that aim again, but that's overwhelming presence. The body's just
that's a really weird way to handle B.
Opened up entirely. Crew have it under lock.
MIBR with a very long
Don't want to say call a timeout after the pistol, but Fraud can't be happy with that.
Especially with that flash.
Nice shot.
What a shot though, Verno. Immediate answer back.
Nice shot. Holy hell.
From Aspas. They're doing damage. Cracking open the site. Melzer taking point. Quick horn just trying to delay this season. And A rebounding there. Aspas from on high trying to look for the angles and steadily, slowly but surely they are dissecting
nice shots, man. Fair play.
Retake. MIBR
incredible shots.
take up that pistol.
Well, Fraud's happy again.
Talking about the fact that B seems like the slightly easier side to retake, but Crew had so much control there of what was going on. Hadn't got a player up into heaven.
Hearthead with the prime. Thank you for the 8 months, mate.
The shooting just really nice.
Thank you,
Verno and Aspas stepping up early, getting themselves on the board. And listen, Aspas he's just never going to be as bad as he was in Toronto. No. People love the idea of a fall from grace, an Icarus-like story, where the GOAT is washed, but it's just not going to happen. Look at this. Aspas is 15 kills away from reaching 2,500 kills in Americas. First player in
you'd
any
imagine he
region
gets 15 kills.
Only tournament he's ever
At one
played
point in the
badly
best of 3
was Toronto.
Probably this map.
But because it was recent, that's all that's on everyone's mind. But it's just, I'd be gobsmacked if it happens again.
Got one Sheriff and everyone from MIBR buying.
The Guardian in hand.
Swendo with the prime. Thank you so much for the 15 months. Thank you for that.
Crew across the board, working the map.
Yeah, it's actually a bit of a different opener. Crew did play this in a off-season event just a couple of weeks ago, and they were heavily focused on mid. Oh, there we go. They don't realize how close that timing was, and Odyssey
dude, they're aiming.
Flies across the map and is able to
pick up aiming
on the
today.
other side of things. But Crew were putting a heavy emphasis on mid that time, and already just based on how they played the pistol, I think they're trying to play with MIBR's expectations. They know that MIBR will have gone and looked at those VODs, looked at the footage. The Crew are playing really heavy 1-3-1 on both sides of the map. So they're trying to mix that up slightly, but controlling mid is massively important here on the road.
Odds in IGL, yeah.
There's nice shots early on. MIBR definitely shooting. We've seen a bounce back in that form that we were looking for, because we're all hoping that Toronto was just a...
Okay, 3 Guardians as well.
I mean, it was
and I think that's a good way to go with the bonus on this map. Or like the second round.
Get
that heavy pen.
Any global event. So, you know, only getting 19
rounds. MIBR, fake smoke wanted to kind of fire over towards A. They just got stopped by the instant molly.
Re-exploration, re-clearing.
Double. He saw double. So much info for them. They can speed up.
Main might be getting squeezed. Look at this. Order eating from the side. I mean, they've lost control of it. I'm going to use a bit of util horns up towards the top, but it is putting pincer moves onto them. Nowhere to stand and nowhere to really hide. Just from your own smokes.
It was very nicely handled from Crew. I like Mazzino. The insta molly on A actually won them the round.
The Viper controlling
he
that
completely stopped what they wanted to do with the pressure.
A splits are super powerful. And you saw MIBR's reaction was to push out through B, but this
it does look Richie said that the other day. A splits for sure, from what we've seen, have the most success rate at the moment.
20 years later, you'll get to the fight.
Yeah, very clean response here from Crew. And going back to playing the kind of style that we saw from them.
Why we're not spamming middle? No one spams middle apart from GE.
Which looked very, very good. They played against 2G there, and they crushed them into dust. It wasn't close. But that, of course, was with Kesnit playing the Neon, and now Dante's coming in to play it himself.
Switch up the roles. So going for a peek towards the end there. Now,
okay, I mean, Crew will take this. Omenor on this map is really nice. I mean, just look at Spawn. Spawn is huge.
Are they going to run double duelist at any point here, Crew? I think a lot of people would have been expecting them to run double duelist, and yet it's MIBR who are pulling out the Raze and the Yoru.
A link is crucial. Yeah, normally because you can't really retake A as well, and just being it, basically teams quite often start like
a lot of excitement behind this guy.
Wait,
like
also,
this.
born on the same day?
1-1, 2-0.
Is that accurate? Dante and Spike born on the same day. They're both.
Yeah, they did a segment about it, Sideshow. You're not watching.
Operator. Taking a look down mid. This is fast. This is rapid, in fact. Verno is going to be feeling that heat. Has to try and evacuate. Alongside his teammates.
Did another entry.
Going down there. That was just from the top section.
At one point, MIBR need to hold middle.
Like a fast A hit, and Kesnet, aggressive on Omen though, goes up through mid and picks a player on B. What a sick idea from KRU. And Aspas, he's been pushed back onto a deep line. There are tons of ways in which you can play a rolling retreat style with an op. But he's already so far back, he needs help.
Do you think Kesnet ulting, even if it's in like a similar position, could really help them?
Aspas is eager to regain some information.
Yeah.
Here in that util though.
Oh, he ults over towards site, so it doesn't create the pressure, so they know where it is, so they can stick 3 over towards site. The stun is great. Aspas needs to somehow get a kill.
Steadily, slowly,
somehow, especially in that alright pod still.
But it's a single smoke that just
okay, they cancel this, they push over towards middle, and
into the arms of
Cortez,
Look at this guy, still trying to lock down that mid angle.
Might be in a great spot. Oh, dude, he had 2 running though. Oh, this was kind of nice. Mizzino inserted here. He's got the protection of his wall, and then he had 2 running spawn.
Look in off the back of his wall being up, just trying to hide that intent. Again, the wall's going to be dropping.
Huh. Wait, this dude, KRU look. It's crazy how comfy KRU look on this map.
Really well orchestrated from KRU here. Mizzino's in the
yeah, they're kind of making it look like the map's been in the pool for ages.
But
this was awesome.
Yeah. And they're looking for a lurk up through mid. Aspas is still watching that with the op.
Just from the control that they lost prior here. Horn into the back. Falls forwards, flash up towards the top there.
Yeah, Mizzino can just tuck in here. This is heavy pen gun. Heavy pen wall.
And just release with the bullets there. Mizzino is making short work of them time. Being dragged all the way out. Cortezia's got to do it all.
Really nice. What a lovely round to watch this was.
2-2 is what they brought it towards.
Retaking A is almost impossible unless you go through mid and through the A connector. I think unless you've got some level of a flank going on, if you're trying to do a retake like this where you're all coming through spawn, it's a nightmare. So mid, again, super important. And you've got to replay there of Kesnet's play to open up the round. Brilliant little idea. They bring the score level at 2-2, but the economy is anything but. KRU in control.
Derek Chamber today? Yeah, no, he popped off, man.
Like, again, all emphasis
he actually really popped off. A bit of a slow start. I mean, he probably missed a few op kills that should have been hit, but then he started cleaning up.
It's going to be very difficult to stop them on attack.
Okay, 2 convincing rounds from KRU. Force them down to an eco. And MIBR, in the next round at least, do need to work out how to hold middle. Dude, again, chat, I've been speaking about this for so long. Something is up with the fade eye on LAN. It's something to do with the ping, it has to be. I can't believe how often I see it.
And look at Ardazine. Ardazine has actually managed to make his way.
It must be so different to the ranked games they play. There's no way it's a coincidence, because I honestly see an insane amount of players do it. And I think they just mistime it because they're used to the ping online, and they play online, and it's just completely different. Like it just forms a little later or something.
Danger here still. C's going to be, again, slow in the approach. And slow going against an eco round.
Should be earlier,
but KRU wants something a bit more decisive now, trying to at least piece up, partition up the site, going for the plant now. Mauser sticks it. Full committal.
Smoked,
more danger there.
off here just to get the plant.
Claimed much of the map.
And then you can't spam it.
To the corner. How diligent will they be? Off angle. Oh, Shenham just can't get it done. Players are swarming in though. MIBR trying to make a good go of things, but just tiptoeing around it. Trying to get going, still without the rifles. Dante just lets loose.
Dude, this is nice as well, chat. They use a smoke that connects this box and this box, and then they just go for the plant. And you can't stop the plant without swinging all the way through.
Plays it slowly, plays it cautiously, but he's still not quite up to that showstopper. Very calm, even in the panicked situation there of it being low time on the clock. We saw from Mizzino's point of view, just really diligently holding onto elbow. and then wait
Players' bullets
to make
secondly
sure
come
that
out
they
a
were
little
doubled up,
faster.
Zeno and Shy before they
Do you think they shoot? Yeah, maybe that's it as well. So they're shooting too early.
Reminiscent of Crew in previous years and how they were able to get to champs, playing very strict 1-3-1 kind of setups, where they methodically take a bit of mid control and then split into sites.
Did I have for this one? I went for Crew. It's a hard one to call this though. This is probably the hardest one in Americas to call.
It's pretty apparent, you know, he doesn't want to be IGLing for this squad, but he's filled up the shoes and taken up the mantle many times before. Previous iterations as well, he's typically led them to champs actually.
Yeah, it's the third time that he's had to take over the calling halfway through the year, and both of the times he made it to champs.
Yeah. What I think of the comps? Like both of the comps.
He can be 3 for 3 here.
I actually can like both of the comps.
The pickup of Dante
I prefer Cruz.
The Crew might actually be able to do it, and
but I do like the.
It is.
I
it's
do
hard
like
to
the.
say who looks definitively better
and
than
MIBR.
MIBR though have been the gatekeepers.
Who do I have for G2 Sen? I went for Sen.
Crew have yet to be able to
I thought they were going to have Demon 1. I was running with those rumors.
And straight up been the third best team
I think I'm fine with the Baby Bay pickup and still picking Sen.
Went to 1 out of 2 of the Masters events because obviously only
if he starts playing good, then I'll start believing in G2. But I'm alright with the Sen pick.
And here, the first Odin on Corrode. Let's have a look at these paper-thin walls and see how much work Vernon has put in.
With the Odin, and I see 2 people starting middle, so they might actually punish the middle here.
And an Odin.
Time drops down with the barriers alongside it. That Odin looks like ADS straight down mid, Haunt forwards.
Yeah, this is the good thing with an Astra. Sometimes when you do Omen, there'll be gaps either side. But the Astra actually for sure fills this up, which means that if you go on top of this boosted area, you can't see over the top. So it's definitely one of the reasons why teams might play a solo Astra. Also because the map's so long that you can actually play like in these boxes as an Astra, whereas Omen you have to play on in between.
Yeah, after 30 seconds, MIBR have actually left their mid control, like kind of using the timing of the gate crash for Odyssey to be able to escape. Crew, as we saw, were never actually going to commit to a fast B pop there.
Just working the map steadily.
And now that MIBR's defense has lessened somewhat in mid, Crew are taking up that space.
I find
with the Odin straight down mid because it hasn't really stopped
wait.
from scaling,
Shot.
but that might. Operator in the hands of Aspas, and now Crew are definitely having second thoughts about approaching towards that
Lock
section.
over towards A.
Side off limits unless Mazzino can get something done, but MIBR are clearing up the rest of the map.
Ooh,
Just spotting the back
this
towards
gets weird.
Shane. Is going to get a second chance. And will take it wholeheartedly.
Shy dying over towards B main as well. So both lurks tried to activate in order to give Melzer
Is it attack sided or defense sided? It should be defense sided. I think. I'm not 100% sure. That's where I'm leaning towards.
Both of their lurker players, the extremity controllers, ended up getting caught. If either of them
but again, the only team I've seen play
you would have seen something pretty decisive, I think,
well
Melzer, but
is
MIBR hold strong.
Crew and GE.
Did have to hit a pretty nasty
Maybe you could argue.
Dante, it's a hard one.
Dante though has
Genji play
been able to get online.
Genji's stuff is better on the sides, but
on the anti-eco, I think, right? Yeah. So he's now 2 and 4.
Genji just held sight. Yeah, they didn't really actually fight the middle.
As much on the Neon. I think getting him activated and feeling
FPX, yeah, FPX wasn't bad.
Remember, he's still quite young, quite inexperienced.
FPX, their attack was pretty good though. FPX was more about their attack, in my opinion. Okay, Crew, sorry, MIBR still kind of speaking about the fact they have to try hold over towards middle, and Crew adapt to this by going for just a straight up sight here. This wall has been hit perma so far, so they should be on top of it.
You have to bait out the wall, and then there's a Vital on the other side here as well. Cortesi can respond.
Ult for ult, no one's got guns for a little bit. Keep an eye on the push down towards middle. Kinda just lock them all in.
Walls out in the open though, he didn't bait out that piece, so
yeah,
Dante
now what?
On an island. The rest of his team now just kind of loitering around
nice
the
shot.
choke point,
Nice shots, bro. Double.
Is just lighting them up. Sharp shooting.
Headshots,
Eventually
of course.
shut down, and Artezine creeping right round the back and not anticipated. Mazzino, he answers and gets the trade, but at this point, might just be a done
G will
job.
go to champs now. I think so.
Seconds.
I give him a pretty low percentage, mate.
The MIBR defense is going to have to spread out a little bit.
They're very hit or miss map wise.
To try to take his ones, but he's got to find this one on Aspas perfectly.
Aspas is locked in on the angle.
He's also weak. Could die to a little bit of spam, but it's an unusual angle. He's not quite on the normal on angle, I think.
Paper X? What would they try and play? God knows, man. I think it's easier to just not try and predict. They got a very flexible team. They can play whatever the hell they want.
But that B site, what a nightmare to get through.
They would probably try and do a double duelist with what's working for them.
Fast pops. Yeah. I mean, it is on every map, isn't it? But then you combo it with Xenom's Astra, and you've got a very difficult site to get into, no matter where the Vice is playing. Not many teams are running double duelist on this map. It's not particularly popular. There have been a couple that have tried it. But I think it's early days for Corrode. Nobody really knows.
How do you feel Raze vs Neon on this map? I'd much rather have a Neon. You'd have to double duelist on attack.
Like shooting through corners where they can't shoot
okay, let's see what Crew want to do. They've been losing middle, so it might be full focus on middle. It looks like they want to go fast on this one. Smoke deep, maybe Omen flash this with a Neon going fast.
And Aspas maybe looking for an aggressive peek from A-Link. Out from Artisan.
Fade eye, they wait for the fade eye, they push through, fade eye back. It's nice from MIBR. Yeah, they win the util battle and hold over towards the middle.
Here, but again, look at this from Artisan. I mean, just full disrespect when you have the gate crash to get out. Willing to take that deep space, needs to win that fight out though, and Shy takes him out. That's going to clear up.
Big win.
Question marks.
They should know 2 here with that setup. Someone said that you should think it's a 2-1-2 or 2-0-2, I guess, once you get the kill. Dude, Astra stun is Astra stun into Astra suck into Raze nade. Wait, that was nuts.
He's even popped his showstopper at the end here. Looking to try to hunt
or was it like a team stun that wrecked them? Was it team stun? Oh god, that might be the most costly team stun ever.
But MIBR crushed that.
It was a team stun? Oh boy.
I think the
and then, so the stun made them slow, then it pulled them into the middle of the Astra suck, and then the nades just on top of their heads.
Exactly what that star was intended to do. But I think it also led Dante to miss the stun that he was throwing. They knew that there was a player tucked behind those bricks, but
there's no way.
Stun ended up rebounding kind of like onto the rest of the crew.
So devastating. As you said, I think after Crew get that kill, they hit over towards the site when you know it, in theory it should be a 2-0-2 is probably the wrong call. I think you go take middle after that, but
you don't really have that threat of mid control. They did break and kill Artisan early on, but
it is just a small error that's costly.
From 2 different sides.
Yeah, I think Aspas just wasn't really that worried, to be honest. Yeah. He was still able to throw the nade. He backed off into a more passive position, but honestly, they're just sending too many players there through
the suck. Yeah, the suck might have
the nade into the pull is such
moved his stun to the side.
Take a look at this on the replay.
Oh, we didn't get to see it all.
Since I've seen one of those.
Yeah, full stuck inside of it. And pull has been nerfed since the glory days of Astra. You don't often see that. This is now 3 rounds in a row that MIBR have been able to win.
Dante sitting
2-0-2 because the Euro, yeah, Euro has all the middle. Though they did have one here, but they should have thought it was nothing. Okay, this is what has the most success. Just splitting over towards A, just going fast through mid, up short, and then just splitting this site. Problem is getting through this choke.
Not really though. I mean,
most teams normally smoke this. Great aim. Shenham did really good to get one here. There's so many people here. They got the Euro fast rotate.
Aspas forwards, a flash in your face. Artisan taking liberties.
Really nice aggressive control there from MIBR. Refighting back through the smokes. There's the value from the Yoru. Xeno, Shy, left to do it all. These 3 players that are supposed to be controlling the center of the stack are just getting denied by Crew.
Giving anything away for free, although with that spam, there's damage done. Actually cleaning them up. Shido immediately just slips his way.
They know Aspas is close like this.
1v2, but Shy has an opening. Waiting for the plant.
It's funny how calm they feel with this. Oh, this is a big play, man. This is a really big play. Ah, it's unlucky.
This one, but locked onto the angle.
It was a nice idea.
That one chance to shine.
He's so good with low HP at playing these off angles that you don't expect. No reason to be kind of fast clearing them or spamming through the wall to try to clear somebody off them. And he's aggressive too. He went for an aggro peek.
The Odin, yeah, the Odin just dominates, eh?
Xenom drops. And Aspas just re-peeks there at the same time, or just before, Arsene himself goes for the flash peek. But they're constantly contesting Crew. Crew actually were really timid.
How many do Crew need on attack? I think 4 would be good.
To run in and actually get Dante into the fight, and instead they're crawling forwards, worried about Aspas.
They got a strong attack comp though.
He's 8-3 because they're giving them all the respect.
A steady lead by MIBR, just being cemented now. Difference of 3 rounds, but if Crew let this get out of hand even further, could be just a done deal.
Okay, this looks like a very nice round from Crew. Shut down so heavy over towards A multiple times that MIBR are pretty confident they're gonna go B. And they've walked in and no one's even close enough to hear this Prowler. Yeah, they take so much space for free. They have no idea the site's free. Why would it be?
Remember what I said earlier, retakes on A.
I'm gonna flash over towards site. Dude, this is gonna be a hard retake though.
The retake won't all be
Definitely keep an eye on Shy.
It's gonna be laid down on top of it. Makes the retake that
Okay,
much harder.
your ult's really good to help them get through the choke. And I do think, damn, I do think that Crew misplay this. They ran away from the Yoru ult instead of fighting this choke.
Just being sent flying forwards, they find the exact target they needed. Mazzino gone, the pit drops down. Nightfall expended, this is desperation.
Damn, low HP after getting hit by the Fatal, he still loses the duel. Flash is really, really nice. Yeah, Crew misplayed this. They made the Yoru ult look like the most broken ult in the game. They just let him get through the choke when they had spawn held. And they knew early info that there were 2 middle, so there's none behind. Yeah, the big misplay.
Arsene gets to pop out of his ult, and Dante doesn't have a clue where he is. Adds another death.
MIBR, no, they look nice, yeah.
2 and 8, the only 2 kills on that anti-eco. Cleaning up players with pistols. Look at this. He's just got no hope.
But why is the rest of his team so scared, man? They left him.
You can't really blame the fact that Corrode has paper-thin walls. He's just spamming straight into
Vice47, thanks so much for the prime. Appreciate the 30 months.
Got to be somewhere in that.
MIBR are running away with this half. The money's good. Knockdown Crew just down to the weaker weapons. Scraps, odds and ends. Looking to do something about this round here, but a stun ricochets, misses, and they've got coverage on every single angle. Paranoia glides way past the mark. MIBR.
Nice shots, man.
Just owning this map right now.
Yeah, they look good. And ever since they started fighting for a middle, they're just winning every single round.
Pasting an opponent in the offseason, feeling gassed up maybe from scrims as well. Decide to go into Corrode, and they are getting a lesson here. They're getting taught. Dante's having a nightmare out here too. Struggling.
Double Duelist looks good on this map.
I mean,
yeah.
He won't be playing Neon on all of these maps.
Do you think a Neon Yoru would be pretty good on this map?
A lot of pressure on the young player's shoulder though, just to perform. Realizing, I think that Tier 1, big stage and a big step up, I think.
And also a slower pace that I don't think he's as used to. Yeah. Because it really has been slow from Crew.
Like down and yes, util out into the hand.
Throws everywhere. That's a crazy shot though.
TP's forwards, wants to just try and take that space all the way up. Verno ran out of bullets, gonna have to back away, but he is being pressured now, steadily, slowly. Kesnick creeps up behind. Claiming a few kills for them now, the impetus in his hands. Speeding up at the right moments, but just missed that timing. Shy's forwards. Steel Garden forces the respect.
Looking good for this one. Aspas has ult to retake. Cortez kill one. Okay, I mean this should be an impossible retake, but they're gonna have to feel like they have to play on site because of the Astro, and maybe Aspas can do a madness with his Razor.
Looking to try to see what they can get done.
Would you run double controller? Yeah, probably. You would at least try some different stuff, but you would start with Viper. Every time a new map comes out, Viper's pretty good anyway for like the first 2 months until teams work out how to play against it.
From heaven, nade primed, signaling at least with the rest of the util. Here it is, a stun offloaded along with the ult, committing all of it. What a shot by Melzer! Necessary one.
Or, yeah, might be enough. Might be enough.
Seal it up 8-4.
A nice round at the end from KRU to be able to get themselves
we'll see. I really hope that I see a similar, especially as they have a Yoru Fade and only Astra. I really hope I see a similar Yoru default to what people do on Ascent. I can't believe I haven't seen one yet. It's so strong.
Yeah, still believing, and maybe when those sides swap, which they will be, they've earned themselves enough of a foothold. We'll find out.
Is BBL better or K-Corp? Really close, man. That game might actually be hard to call.
Red Bull gives you.
You have to wait for playoffs though, right? They're not in the same group, I think. Did we get a reason for Busio's benching? They released a video. It's like 15 minutes long. They basically just said that they feel like they have more chance to make top 2 in playoffs, which is basically where they have to come to go champs. Without him, just have more firepower. Basically a nice way of just saying that they don't think his fragging is good enough at the moment. And that the void of the IGLing they can kind of fill with everyone chipping in a little bit. Sander taking main IGL. Banner the World with the tier 1. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate the 24. Thank you for the 2 years. Zemini, right? I think that's how I say that. Zemini with the prime. Thank you for the 8 months. And you say IGL and MAT? Yeah, and version 1. Kess is insane. I looked at his stats. His stats are wild.
Here of Corrode.
He's scanned though, but he used to play Sentinel apparently. So he'll play Sentinel and then probably...
Not just that. Oh, not again.
Probably...
Down and out. Come on, finished.
Jesus. Probably double controller. Void, I guess, when they play double controller, we'll see. A large ravioli with the prime. Thank you for the 11 months. Thank you for that.
If you go and look around Corrode,
push comes the shove. Look, there they are.
Yeah, there they are.
That's what you get.
Be careful. What are they? Are they worshipping like an octopus or something?
I don't know what it is.
What is that thing in the back?
Something. We're not really going to get a glimpse, I don't think, Gary. Okay, I was concentrating so hard.
Okay, let's take a look at the pistol then.
KRU,
like they want to take some
in the off-season event, they were very good at holding on to middle.
Really just all in from both sides, but smokes in the face to...
And honestly, they do use a different type of wall to most people. That means that you can go aggro over towards A instantly, would lock some in. Yeah, as soon as this wall goes though, the Thorns go and they're all just going to be stuck.
Oh. Way ahead of the rest of his team.
Well, yeah, they all wanted to back out and he went forward. The Omen Flash is really good. Yeah, get that smoke down. They're definitely going to have to go take middle. While we have a bit of time, what I really want to see from MIBR is TP over towards here as their default. TP in this corner is insanely strong with smoke here.
I think Cortezi was probably doing the thing
Astra Smoke might be able to do good pressure at middle. You can't perma block it though, you can always see some kind of angle.
Caught onto the corner there by Melzer, so he didn't get entirely all the information he was
Dude, look at the damage done here.
A lot of these players could die to a right click.
What's the timing like? Big right click. Big miss of the right click. Dude, all the low HPs are meeting them fast. No way they won this.
When they least expect it.
A little bit of RNG going the wrong way there with the right click, and also you got to feel for Dante. He's 2-11, and he shoots the clone, and just perfectly blinds himself.
Yeah, and this should be impossible. I know there's low HPs, but it's just way too many corners.
Has to do far too much here, I think. MIBR should be able to take a very comfortable lead.
He's softened up, shot to the body.
I think the chance of Ardazine ripping that is about 0.
Unlikely.
I mean, I would do it in rank.
Amber Vice in this map? Yeah, it's strong.
Zeno still, of course, no reason not to make a play for it. But MIBR, all
again, I think it's really open what teams want to play.
Toronto, this team has been hyper consistent at winning pistol rounds. You could argue, I think, is one of the major reasons why they've been so dominant in this gatekeeper team, I think, in Americas. They haven't slowed down, not here in stage 2.
Zeno going for the spike denial, I suppose. You know, making sure that Aspas
It's a
can't
great
get
start for
closer
MIBR.
to
Double
a
pistol on
showstopper,
this.
but, you know, not really even going for that one. 9-4 the lead for MIBR.
Now this one went, yeah, just fight's being taken by Crew here, but
It's these ones that were rough, though. Melzer did have a chance with a right click. And Dante, it's sad, honestly, watching his POV here, because he does look uncomfortable. He is getting unlucky a couple of times, but he's just never really getting a chance to take fights the way that he would want them. And when you see a rookie making a debut, especially a young 18-year-old that would seem to be so good in Ascension, you want it to work out the first time. You don't want them to be crushed confidence-wise when they first step onto the stage.
I hard agree with that. B is just wide open.
Who do they want to snowball? Aspas? 4 away from all.
Classic perched up towards heaven. Bruno's going to be sticking that one now. A step closer to his ult.
I love the positioning from Cortesia here, actually. You know, he's all the way down at the bottom.
No, there's so many rat spots.
Push from mid.
If you want to perma lurk like mid or on attack, there's so many rat spots. It's disgusting. And honestly, the way that the map is, I think it's so fine to actually have someone on attack just play here.
But Crew don't really have any odds, chances to win at this point.
Flank retakes, really powerful on this map. So the fact that Cortesia is already positioning himself in spawn, anticipating that from Crew, I think shows a pretty good understanding of what the enemy's going to want to go for and how you can position to shut that down. When we see Corrode in Americas, or any region to be honest with you, there's a pretty decent chance that one of the teams just doesn't have a clue, because it's a brand new map. And some teams are going to have an idea on it that just doesn't work. But here, Crew clearly feeling confident, and MIBR.
I mean, MIBR looking good. Double pistol helps a lot.
Now. Inspect the mouse. What are we seeing?
Is that the problem?
Gears out of order. Are there gears in mice? I don't think so. I don't think so.
You have a steampunk mouse?
We'll see, though, because right now MIBR are just fully running away with it, man.
Aspas
train in action.
By the way, Aspas are rebounding massively, 14-4.
Yeah, it's dominating now. So close to breaking a record. Artisan just spammed down. Before you know it,
all
in your face.
Here,
this is aggressive, aggro play.
Yeah, nice control.
It is very nice from them.
Mid, super important to keep.
Yeah, it's insanely underrated how strong a Phantom is just spamming this line.
Bit by bit,
like the whole fast 5 seconds. I pretty much always want to see a Phantom spam here. Because it goes through this wall, the wall's so thin, it pretty much is only doing -10 on my damage. And people definitely want to go fast here.
Takes the timing off of his own flash.
Oh, I like to see that from Crew. Something that G do good.
Thorns at your feet. Shanum can't step forwards.
Okay, group over towards B, and they actually let him take sight here.
Granted, given an opportunity.
Yeah, small window.
Wide. Has he just seen that one? I think he's missed it.
Ah, dude, I thought he
locked onto the corner.
I thought he didn't get seen.
It out for the rest of his team. Oh my goodness, they're trying to combo up that Util. Straight for the choke though. That'll do the job. And MIBR, steam is running out.
They should make a Phantom version of the Odin. Oh boy.
Climb up the orb and look towards the next, I think, for MIBR. That's what they're calling.
Let's hope that no one from Riot's in the chat.
Quite similar ideas actually on their attack sides. At least so far. It's very early in the attack side for MIBR. But it's not working when they don't have mid. I mean, as soon as they get locked out of mid, it just all comes down to, can one of your players find a lurk into a site? And MIBR are going to find it even more difficult.
How long of a timeout for that guy? I'll let you decide, Dasp.
They don't have a Viper.
Yeah.
Probably pretty lengthy,
and
right?
It was already tough for Crew. I'm not saying that the comeback's going to happen, but, you know, we already saw that this approach
we are in the process at the moment of getting something new every single year. Outlaw 2020. Wait, where are we? When was that? When was the Outlaw? 2023 end of. Regen Armor 2024 end of.
They have the rifles.
If it's a silent Odin, I'm giving you a permaban.
B main, A main, extremities. No real focus on towards mid. Slightest of angles for Mazina to work with.
Nice pullback smoke there to be able to get you across that B angle.
Jarek Rule, thank you so much for the 3 months. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you, thank you.
Setup's really getting tested over on A.
Outlaw was January
Oh,
2024.
Crew still with that mid
Wow.
control. Yeah. And MIBR now looking like
Still
they
counts
want to go
year-wise,
and
but
fight.
This lodge
dude, was it
starts
really
up,
that early?
Signals what's about to happen. Dante, it's your time to step up. Your time in the sun, perhaps.
I swear it was. Yeah, I mean, you guys are right.
Pops up on top of the
Oi, what a
box.
shot.
Good night,
Jesus.
Aspas. There's backflips from it. Kesnet shuts him down.
Some very bold swings there from Crew's powerhouse duo, at least potentially, from Dante and Kesnet. Going into that mostly dry. Dante hit some nasty flicks, and Cortezia himself almost
There's
got
a small
forward there.
chance that Shanna can win the
I think
round.
some of these players are on the map, not aware of the angles.
But it's also just, oh, hello.
Shayna.
Shayna, this is Malzo.
Yeah, no, might be really doable here.
Catches that. Is he going to be able to make a play forwards? Here's the footsteps, sees Kesnet. Acknowledgement there. Kesnet.
It's a really good
never
reposition
shy.
from Shy
Never
here.
want to step down and away from a fight. Shy himself
Very,
as well
very
has got
nice.
this one locked all the way
MIBR might
out
go
through
for
that
an early
choke. So
timeout.
I gotta say, this looks like a nightmare for MIBR on their attack side, because they just don't have the smokes to be able to get into places.
No Viper, you can't slowly pressure.
Yeah, they're dry walking into A. They're playing at the tempo as if they have a Viper, but it's even harder for them than it was for Crew, and we already saw. Crew only able to get 4 rounds on their attack side. This
Wait, who's Pansy flaming?
this does actually look like Crew have a serious chance at tying this up.
And the money's knocked. Smiles.
EG? Yeah,
And laughter. Crew.
pretty warranted.
Spirits.
Wasn't,
Fight to be taken, though, up towards B
definitely on some of the
main.
maps.
Paranoia.
It wasn't the greatest.
Paranoia, and a stun on top of it. Dante wants to really let loose and get going.
There's a set play. There's a faster tempo play.
Can't be whiffing that one, though. Kesnet just gets a hold
Little
of
bit bold to
control
do it on the
rifle
eco,
once
but-
more. Puts down Artisan.
The win.
And if I had to guess, I think that's the kind of speed that Dante would rather be playing at.
Yeah.
He's a younger player. He's still the rookie. So I don't think he's really got the chance to tell Melzo, like, speed it up a bit, would you, man?
Come on,
But-
guys.
yeah, but
Get proactive.
I think if he had it his way, a couple more rounds like that.
And again, another just shutout round here for MIBR. It's been slow going, to be honest. Almost every single round that we've seen so
Yeah,
far.
I would argue
really
that
has.
Verno is worth.
There's no honest fights.
It's
to be
worth
taken.
dying here. Or like going
Honest
for it just
fights
to
on
get
this
his
map?
ult.
It's a lot of spamming through
Then you got the
The
combo.
Odin judge map, and you want honest.
Oh wait, we don't have
fights.
combo. Dude, why do I think Artisan had ult?
It's wishful
I mean, you
thinking.
could argue this combo is because of HP.
MIBR
Sure.
gonna have to take
We'll
a
stick
long
with it.
look, I think. But perhaps time for a timeout as well.
Yeah, I think
Discussion.
the attack.
How would you
idea
buff the
here,
Vandal, mate? I'm not
some
buffing the
adjustment.
Vandal.
It
It's
might
fine.
just be the case of wait until we have ult. Like, it might
Yeah.
just be as simple as that, where once Aspas has a showstopper to work with, or more likely when Artazine actually has his dimensional drift online, they can start really speeding up the game, and they can go for a pop or an A split just off barrier
10
drop.
seconds left.
They have chances for it, but they are
I
running
think
out.
FPX comp has a chance
Time
of
will
being
be Crew.
meta.
Another round for
I
them.
don't think Chamber Vice will ever be a
Together.
meta just because
Slowly adding
teams
it all up here, so
think it's
not
too
that
crazy.
far behind. Just 3 rounds.
You'll have teams that will copy it,
I think they've got.
but
to
I
be
don't
considering
think
a
teams will
timeout at
ever
some
heavy
point,
rely
yes.
on it.
But looking at things, they'll have enough money to be able to buy for the next. Artazine, though, is really far away from his Fiora ult. If that's the ultimate that you're hoping to bank on, he's only halfway
No,
there.
it's too out there.
we're right,
I think,
actually.
even though
MIBR, I'll
it's
take
even though like
practical
I'm
timeout,
probably the
yeah.
biggest fan of it, but it's probably too out there for teams for it to be
Best
like a
time
hard
for it.
meta.
MIBR, they need answers. They need it now. Honestly, I mean, looking from what we've seen so far, a fast take.
What do you do
towards
when you're
mid
not
would do
streaming?
wonders.
Well, I
Sleep
think
or eat,
even
pretty
a
much, man.
fast A split would be really
Streaming
nice.
a lot at
because
the moment.
if you send people up through mid and Crew decide to fight it, Aspas can pop his showstopper. And then you're actually in a pretty decent position because, I mean, what tools are Crew going to be able to use to evacuate that? It's not like they have a Yoru that can, you know, disappear, bait out the showstopper and vanish into thin air. So Aspas is probably going to get value out of that if Crew fight you through mid. And if they don't, if they just give you that A connector control,
If they
well, now
gave
you're splitting into
Chamber
A,
a
and then
second trip,
the showstopper's already closed the gap. you
dude,
get
Chamber's in a
close.
good spot.
Yeah, the
They
game
need to
main players
change
might
it.
get locked out a little bit by a Vice Wall,
You think
but
he instantly
the
skyrockets to
main
the
body
best
of your
centi?
team
Yeah,
is going to be up
for sure.
onto the side pretty quickly. So those are the
You-
kinds
you
of
want a
strats that
double
I'd like
trip?
to see them go for.
Double trip would be messed up,
That
man.
just says, well, you can't actually fight us early round. A B pop.
That'd be way too messed.
Well, the Vice is not usually putting
Okay,
a wall here.
timeout on this
Normally,
one.
it's gonna be a
Verno
Viper
one
wall
away,
in
so
your
they could
face,
definitely try and
maybe
get
a
an orb,
Seize
and they might be
behind
able to get a
it. So
freebie
Mel's
over
is in mid
towards
this
here.
round. There are thorns on the ground, though.
And KRU going for
I think it's a bad choice. No, but I do want them to
mid hold
have
again.
gusto behind it.
So flash forwards. Tizia just trying to condition, but that deep haunt not broken.
Okay, they get these inserted over towards middle, and this might be the first time you actually see KRU like push behind on this one. Wall goes down late, so they're going to have info on it. And that is a straight up retake.
Most of it, and it's going to be clearing out most of the players. No one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they handle this, because in theory you should probably TP behind it, but there's two of them, so having the fade to all of this would take a long time, and they'll probably just go for it.
But KRU coming from
big slide here.
Both sides.
Great slide, man.
Showing them the business.
Fado hits 2. Can Shannon get anything for it?
Looking to see if he can slip into the gap.
No, they mistimed the wall.
Wait,
what happened over there?
Space and time. Cortezia is feeling so much of the heat. Paranoid
Big
up
jaw.
into his face. He's got players on multiple avenues already approaching. With Shannon falling, collapsing, the house of cards might just be crumbling now. Verno just drifting.
It's a lovely retake from them. Big change up from KRU, just pushing all the way behind as well. They've been taking mid, but they've never actually like attempted to do that, so it was a lovely little change up from them.
One extra layer, and it was to try to stop that retake flank from coming through. If they had some way of causing a delay for that, making it obvious what direction, what timing KRU were going to be taking, then maybe MIBR would have been able to clog that up. As it is, both teams actually demonstrated some pretty decent protocols on the B retakes.
Liking what you see, yeah. I feel like if KRU won a pistol, they would have had a really easy time on this.
Basis of, I think, just really winning these pistol rounds. Makes the scoreline look nice, but Azino deletes the Prowler.
Okay, they did get over towards the site, so they might try it again. They're definitely going to be scared of the push behind this time. Vice, oh, it's a great molly to potentially stop them from going in and capitalizing off of this. Artisan takes the hit. Does take all the space though. This is a much harder retake. Shy has ult, so I guess this corner is really good for it. It might be already like taking space though.
Being pressured. KRU quick to scurry as well, trying to fill up those gaps.
Kills the Vice, dude, that's the ult.
Sidestep and dodging, but he just jumps
Out of
straight
all
into
the
the
kills.
stun, but it's a slow. The thorns at their feet. KRU take a bit of a pause into the round now, but trying to, again, steadily move forwards again. How these fights go. All comes down to the rightful play. Finally, these honest fights that MIBR have just been hunting for, hoping for. They get it, Melzer.
Very, very nice, man. What a pick that is from Artisan. He did great as well. He actually entered over towards the side with the Omen TP as well.
They stick to the coach plan, right? Both of these rounds, after the TAC timeout, were supposed to go fast or fairly quickly into B. And this one ends up working because
Do you think Harbor would be good on this map? Nope.
In fact, they were
Just a bad agent,
on the
man.
fact that they would have Shy's ult, and Shy was the first one to fall. He was just trying to get space in elbow, thought his team had secured it for him,
Good job.
but couldn't find an opportunity to unload the Vice ultimate and make the retake happen.
Xeno finding a bit more now for that space. Doesn't want to be denied just at the back of a Prowler and a Boombot. Pulling it down. That snake fight. Holy, okay, shots are rattled.
And it's hard to see who took the damage. He's the one.
He went for the.
Now has the ult online that can also
He
be
went
a
for the
huge tool
peak.
for upping the tempo.
Dimensional drift held, ready.
Hell of a B spam going on right now.
Trying to clear out most of the way here, but the Thorns deaded out. It's a stun in the choke. Addison has creeped his way all the way deep. What a shot!
Big 1v1 in heaven.
It's just demonic, and Addison, hello, Bucky.
Dude, what a
in your
nightmare
face,
to deal with.
Mazzino.
Fade or hit no one over
Denied
towards
that
there, so
push,
what
he's
do
just
they
been
even do with the core? It kind of all comes
fired
up to
out
Shy
from
here.
on
Good
high.
off angle.
For a slow down approach here, but Cortezia not anticipating that Shy is already onto that off-angle approach. Mid-control has entirely cruised. Smokes fading away, looking for the fight again.
There's
Doubled
no-
up.
you can get
MIBR
spam there.
winning it just from seemingly nowhere. Addison's still there with that gun. Look at it. You see the heads? They are none the wiser.
They thought he teleported out.
Yeah, I think they've already got out of there.
What a fumble from KRU in this round.
Chaotic Kesnit trying to do the most now in this spot in a 1v3. Tons of util in your face. Lined it up. 9 bullets remaining. Steps forwards and past that
Okay, very
series,
nice
but
from
not past the
MIBR. The B's
gunfire.
are working.
MIBR find that 12.
B is definitely working.
Little bit of a gift, this one. Because that B hit did not go the way that they were expecting it to. But the re-exploration through mid,
Rockabilly Rhino with the prime. Thank you for the 9 months. Thing is, it's been ult based the rounds that they won though, so it still might get close.
Gotta give massive props though to Corrode, I think, for recovering this game. Yeah. Never seen attack timeout.
Who do I think will be the most dominant team? I don't know, man. I don't think we've seen anyone that looks good enough to be dominant. Genji will probably have the best record for a little bit.
At the start of the rounds, it's worked wonders. It's actually got MIBR into a winning position. 2 massively important rounds on the board. Now the crew coach, Adam's got to find a way of responding himself. But they need 4 on the trot.
It's going to be tricky, especially with the way that MIBR are going right now.
One of the things that I saw them doing...
Definitely think you could have a lot of confidence just knowing that the only reason they kind of lost on this was...
I quite like that because against a fast
the only reason they won
you've got the seeds
rounds
to just throw down in the choke point. And that doesn't work as well against Ardazine if he's going to be teleporting and flashing himself in. But it would
Loose Bree with the prime. Thank you for the 2 months.
Instead, Mel's has been holding much more towards mid to start these rounds.
Yeah, but the talk's always going to happen though. People just like that talk.
And take space.
Ominous.
I mean, that again, this is what happens.
Cameraman better watch out. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
They're starting a new religion, a cult.
Grouping up.
They're also, I mean, that stuff looks powerful. I don't know what it is, but it looks powerful.
MIBR.
Okay, change from MIBR wall down, so we're committing over towards A.
Anticipating that crew would make adjustments, maybe move in a nice setup.
It's gonna be very hard to get through this choke.
Hasn't. Shy's still here.
It's nice, so let's wall down alley.
Broken, but I think the wall, yeah, triggered anyway, so Shy's not going to have that anymore.
Does he... or does pop thorns?
Trying to make it forwards once more with the thorns and a paranoia, enough to try and stop them forwards. Artisan's just TP'd all the way forwards. Kesnet cleans him up.
Okay. Okay.
Just
spam through the smoke in the corner.
Feeling himself as well. Steps up for the fight. MIBR slapped down. Just Cortesia and Shanum left alive, and it's a deep flank occurring. Mazzino is tightening that net.
Mazzino can't afford to die here.
Shanum was even watching for it. But Mazzino, yeah.
Astra ult. They have an Astra ult. 3 chances.
In fact, both
might be an Astra ult TP setup they could do somewhere.
The first of 4 that crew need in order to take us to overtime. And already putting pressure actually.
Teams you think that would be good on Corrode and EMEA? I mean, Fnatic.
Take a look at how this one happened.
There's not too many thinkers in the EMEA. Everyone just steals everything.
That he'd be able to backstab. I think himself even maybe getting lost in the
Fnatic, Liquid.
Turned around and dealt with him. They're
who else is a thinkers team in the EMEA?
They ran previously, where the fade ult takes away noise cues.
Was I a stealer? I stole one comp. As soon as we played Icebox and people were running a Sage, we stole it instantly. That was the only thing. Everything else we had new stuff and people just steal stuff.
Fast is now just 2 away from that momentum. The ult on his side, potentially there with a showstopper. A little bit of a fake over towards B.
The Harbor stuff makes me want to say that. Say no, but you are right.
Back to try to catch players that would take some space in mid or A.
I could count on my hand, I think, the amount of fights that they've taken just with no smokes in the way. Most of this game has just been back and forth, just trying to dissect and take map control. Flash forwards.
Good time of the flash.
Yeah, forwards again though, but that's going to be a haunt and a good response towards your back.
Oh boy, the double flash. Any spam in this? The great fade eye. It's a great punish over towards middle.
Aspas take up that space once more, and he's got the kill he needed.
Oh boy.
Oh no. The wall.
Big miss on this one, and Spike does manage to get over towards A though. God, this is such a doable round. Cortesia throws the gun. Sorry, Shannon throws the gun to Cortesia. Good off angle. Really nice off angle. Okay, double pistol definitely helped them, but
only one rifle between
that was nice from them.
Cortesia,
especially once they realized they needed to fight over towards middle on defense. That was good.
Hitting that kill record, 2005.